Mick, your immediate thoughts?
Well, we nearly had done to us what we'd done to a couple of teams this year. So, you know, sort of for a moment there I felt like the opposition coaches had, but immediate thoughts, we got the victory, we got the 4 points, and our season's still alive. So that's the immediate thoughts.
No real celebrations though, because there's still a lot of work to be done, and I guess conceding 7 tries will give you something to work on as well.
Yeah, well, I thought when Mussy kicked that one through and scored, we had momentum, and that's, you know, I had a feeling in the box that would be sort of ignited us into something else. But Moana they're desperate. Obviously, it shows what they feel for their coach, Azza, and they played well, and they fought back, and as we know what happened in the last second of the day.
Was it simply a matter of taking the foot off the gas or becoming a little too lax because of the 20-point advantage and 3 tries up?
I think that's a good question to ask. That's probably something we'll ask ourselves in review. You know, there'll be some instances in the game that we can go to, you know, a scrum, pushed off a scrum, etc. But at this stage, it's too early to sort of go and pinpoint, and we'll have a good chat about that. It's been a big couple of years for these guys. You know, they keep fronting up every week, and it's been a long couple of years, and you know, we'll freshen them up this week, and we'll be ready to get to Suva next week against the Reds, and be ready for another big physical clash there.
So what pleased you the most about today, apart from the win, obviously?
Well, there's moments in the games when we play the game we want to play. We carry hard, we get the ball again and we recycle it and play hard and we get through the line. Those things that please me, you know. There's always going to be 1 or 2 opportune tries like the kick through and things like that we score. But the scores, the tries that we got today by going forward and carrying hard and playing the game we know we can play, that was probably the most pleasing thing.
Were you disappointed that you don't got the ball square?
Oh yeah, you're disappointed, but you know, don't take anything away from the opposition. As I said, when Mussy kicked that ball through and scored that try, I thought that it might have ignited a little bit in us, but you know, Moana fought back really well, and we're grateful for the 4 points.
Really, just the thoughts just on the game, just like when it was a very tense physical match with Moana Pasifika.
Yes, we knew that they'll come hard because the match against the Pacific, you know, rivals, and physicality is the main work that we will be doing on the field. So we have lots of weaknesses in our defense, but we know we need to work hard on that for next week's game against the Reds. So as after the boys, like Coach said, at least we won, but there's a major work-ons on that win today.
You'll be coming up against the Reds next week. The forwards, Reds forwards pack will be onto another level. Are you thinking of pushing up another level next week forwards? Because since you scored 3 tries, you set this week today.
Yeah, I think the boys will, forwards pack will pull up their socks due to 2 scored from Moana into the mall today. And we know that Reds will review on that. So for next week we will work twice as hard like we always do if we have our weaknesses in our mall. So our focus next week is on the mall and to prepare as well for the Reds forward pack.
What are some of the weaknesses that you see play?
It's just on us boys. When we were leading in 2 tries, some parts of the boys we down in communication, so we need to work on that even though we are leading, still to maintain our communication and consistency throughout the game. And that's what we are lack of. So I know we were gonna go back and try to look through it and do our review. So next week's comes, we know what our weaknesses are.
Coach, most of the games this season, the Drua have played well, but there have been phases where they actually switched off. I think the game against the Hurricanes, Saturday, you said they did not switch off throughout the game. Is that something that you'd hope to maybe change next week as not switching off against the Hurricanes?
Yeah, I think that it's just our consistency, especially when we do get a few in front. It's just to keep doing what we're doing. The game will open up naturally when we play our game, and occasionally we just find that we're probably looking for that looseness before the game opens up for us, before we get across the game line, and we throw some loose offloads, etc., before we've actually earned the right to get through them. So that's something we'll continue to work on, and we've been very good at that this year. But then there are a couple of moments where we just get a little bit go back into a couple of bad habits there. But we keep trying and we keep going, and that's the thing. We weren't first to score today, and then we kept going. We got behind a couple of times and we went ahead. So that's the inconsistency you're talking about, and that's what we just need to work on. And we're in our second year, and it's part of the growth of the team is consistency.
Really, the turnout today was as impressive as we had throughout the season in our home games. The message to the fans in Suha for the game against the West.
Io ve kem na ndari vito koni na no davanua bono viti savisurechira rambatuiani na kuni ocho chini gito ina da kachiko mai na korturano suba sa krasar numni vito koni vena numni mata chimni Drua na kuni moni madao sa tume matanda to ni ngol mai va lelevu ni mai tokona numni mata chimni Drua na sota chiko kena mata chimni Reds nak.
Coach, finally, we're in a position now where we maybe confirm our spot in the playoffs, a position where the Drua has not been before. How do we know Fijian players in the past we have seen even at World Cups, emotions get to them. How are we planning to deal with that throughout this week?
I think we'll get on and do what we do every day. We'll keep our routines, we'll work our plans, we'll build our game. We'll come out on Tuesday and we'll do our session, and then we'll come out on Thursday and we'll do our same sessions and keep ourselves ready. We won't get ahead of ourselves. We'll focus on the next moment. We'll make sure that we can start well. We'll have a game plan that gets us into the game, gets our forward pack going early, get them physically into the game, and that's all we can do. And the boys will bring emotion, and that's what we want. We want them to bring that. They bring that energy, and if we get a good game plan out and we execute that during the week, then all that energy will be geared towards the way we want to play. And I'm looking forward to that.
Sorry, Mick, last match in Lautoka for the season, you want to acknowledge the fans of the West all year round for the support?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've had a couple of good victories here on the back of some great crowd support. We know our fans dig deep to turn up and come here, and they've had to dig deep for 3 games here, and we'll get our 6th game, our 3rd game in Suva next week. So I really appreciate the love and support of our fans, and our boys will cherish that moment that we had here, and we'll carry that energy from the West. We'll carry over to Suva next week, and we'll give it everything we've got. We represent the country, and that's what we're here for.
Nak.